Well, welcome back everybody to That Sim Guy. Today we are back with Aquarist, a game about building the best aquariums known to man. We're gonna go ahead and continue our last game. Yep, we're back. Okay, so in the last episode, we went ahead and made these two beautiful aquariums, I might say. One is saltwater and one is freshwater. As you can see, our freshwater tank is thriving. It is a beautiful tank. It's got plenty of fish, and the numbers just keep going up. Then we have our saltwater tank. It could use a little bit of work. This is where we ended the video last time. I do like the tank. The theme of the tank is great. I like the backgrounds. Everything's good. Now, I do need this number to go up, so that being said, we gotta get these fish to kind of breed a little bit. So yeah, the first thing that we want to check is if the fish are breeding. So it doesn't look like they've bred quite yet. So we can go ahead and check their stats here. Looks like they're just right at the happiness for the fish amount. Everybody's hungry, so I guess that's a big thing. We definitely need to feed. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna need some money to do that. Now, I don't really want this plant. Don't need it. So for now, I'm just gonna get rid of that. It was kind of necessary to, advance in the story last time. Now, I also don't really want these posters in here, so we're gonna get those cleared off as well. Another thing we're gonna have to work on is repainting these walls, and we are gonna have to pick up all this stuff on the ground to get this place cleaned up a bit. Let's go ahead and see if we can't make a little bit of money really quick so we can get some fish food, because I feel like that's very important right now. We go here, check on how these fish are doing. Okay, yeah, see, that's great. So I found out that as long as we keep 3 fish of each type in here, everything stays pretty stable in this tank. So this tank is making us money, and a decent amount of money at that. So we'll go ahead and sell this one and this one and 3 of the Oscars, and we'll just sell 1 of the gourami for now. We have $243 now, which is pretty decent. That should be enough to get us fish food, although we do need to check what type of food that they like. Quickest way to do that is just to go look at the same type of fish in the store, I think, instead of trying to individually go for them. Then it'll tell us if the fish are a carnivore or an herbivore, which, is pretty important when it comes to their diets. So as you can see, the blue tang is a herbivore. He's an algae eater. But then the clown triggerfish is a carnivore. So looks like we gotta buy both of those for saltwater. And then we also have to check for our freshwater fish, right? So we have Oscars, they're carnivores. So is our angelfish. But our gourami, he's an herbivore. So we're also gonna have to get both kinds for them as well. No biggie. Because see, if you go to the fish food, you can see that there is one for each type. One of those, one of those, one of those, and one of those. Perfect. So now that we have all of them, we're just gonna go ahead and feed the fish. So we do a couple little taps of those, and you can see all the ones that consist of that diet will go up and eat it. That's pretty neat. Look at them swimming around there, eating all that food. Then we also have to sprinkle some stuff in here for the carnivores. Then they start coming up and eating. Look at them go. He's a chunky boy. He is getting nice and chunky. So we just feed them a couple more times. Really make sure that these fish are nice and fed. Oh, and would you look at that? Looks like the number is going up, so they are breeding. So now we're gonna do the same thing for the freshwater fish. We're just gonna feed them, make them nice and happy, make sure they're nice and full. Look at them all surrounding the castle eating food. What a majestic sight. And it does want us to sell one of these aquariums, but I'm really liking how these aquariums are coming along here, and I really do feel like they could be some kind of farm maybe. I don't know. So one thing I want to try to do is get these numbers up a bit and then go to selling one of them. Now, I'm not sure which one I'm going to sell yet, but I will tell you it's leaning more towards the saltwater aquarium because I can definitely make a better one of those, but I am really liking how this freshwater aquarium is coming along. I mean, it is thriving pretty nicely. Now, the saltwater one is actually starting to thrive pretty well too. Lots of extra fish involved here. They are breeding, which is great news. And that number just keeps rising. This number is also rising. Before we can do anything else, it wants us to sell one of these aquariums. So I guess we are just going to sell this one. Just gonna break, and we're just gonna go ahead and sell it. We're gonna try and just wait a little bit and see if the number rises to maybe like 3,000, and then we'll go ahead and sell it. Okay, so as you can see, it's went up to $3,006. So we'll go ahead and go over here. Ooh, it went up to 3,015. It's very nice. So we just go ahead and hit sell. Boom, and it's gone. Wow, it got real quiet. But now we have a healthy amount of money, $3,064. Now that is looking very nice. So it wants us to go over here and buy a table in this room. Don't mind that. So we can buy the table for $500. So we'll go ahead and buy this one. Then we got to get a new aquarium. So we'll go here. We'll go for one of these nice big ones here. Purchase that. Okay. And then it comes to our little table here so we can kind of put it together. So yeah, let's go ahead and make a new tank. Before I keep going with that though, I went ahead and just like cleaned up the place, made it look pretty nice, you know, nice and cleaned up. And I also need to buy a cabinet so that customers can come and get supplies. So let's go ahead and do that and buy this. Then we gotta refill it with items. So up here in the top right corner, you can see that time going down right there. That's actually when our store opens up. So we need to go ahead and have these cabinets stocked, which we do. And it says that we need to get the aquariums up and running so that way there's plenty for customers to look at. So now I'm actually gonna go ahead and get this aquarium looking quite nice. Oh, look, and we leveled up. Looks like we got a bunch of cool stuff, like this Xander here. It's pretty much like a walleye, right? So I'm definitely gonna want to get one of those. Got some of these guys up here. Those look pretty cool. Bunch of new plants and stuff, and anchor. So we did get to open up the store, but something happened with the fish, and they all kind of died. We'll scoop up this last fish, throw him in the trash. Nice. And get us another fish just to see what the problem was. So we drop him in. We can inspect. I'm such an idiot. I know what's happening here. I forgot to add the salt.
You idiot. You're honestly an idiot.
So now once we have the salt here, go ahead and dump that in here. And that should solve all of our problems. Now, like I said, we're an idiot, so we're gonna have to scoop up this dead fish. Look, okay? Don't judge me. So I also killed all the plants, so that didn't help either. So we definitely need to reevaluate ourselves here. We messed up pretty big. We were worried so much about, you know, getting customers in the store that we didn't pay attention to the important things about making this saltwater fish tank.
Idiot.
But you know what? We always learn from our mistakes, right? Okay, so we got all the plants out. We are gonna need to get more. So, getting a little low on money, so we'll go over here, inspect this, and yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of fish anyway, because there's far too many. So, yeah, let me get to doing that. Alright, so as you can see, we made a lot of money off of our fish just now. We do need to go feed them, though. So, I am going to do that, and everyone's happy now after feeding them. This tank will definitely still lead us to some nice profits.
Hello.
Okay, so back to the dilemma with this tank. Now we just need to get the plants and actually make sure they survive this time. And then add the fish, and then we should be okay. It looks like the store is ready to open again, but for now, we do need to move this first. So I am going to move this tank. And I am going to put it back onto this table. Okay, and then before we also open up too, we don't want to sell it, so we want to make sure that we don't have it for sale quite yet. Yeah, no, not yet until they start breeding. Now this tank, we can enable for shop, and we will see what's happening there. Okay, people just awkwardly standing around buying all of our stuff. Look at that, 50% satisfaction, and we made $766. Nice, so now that we are starting to make some type of income, you can see here that our fish are just loving this tank here because we didn't mess up at all. No way. But you can see that all of them are happy except for these Moorish idols, which it's probably because they didn't have enough in there. So I have to buy one more of those, which I will do. Then we can check on these guys over here. Like I said, this one was enabled for shop. It looks like the angelfish were bought out pretty well. We can sell some of the Oscars, but I don't think I'm going to. I think since they are happy right now, we'll just let them be. So that way there's plenty of stuff for people to buy when the shop is opened. We'll go ahead and restock this. And we're going to go ahead and feed the fish. Make sure they're nice and full. So now that everything's happy and healthy, it says that we need to collect the money to buy an aquarium exhibition. So I think that might be like our next progression into the game. So I'm gonna just go ahead and buy another shelf for now. So that way there's more product for customers to shop for. So we'll just do that. And then perfect, we can refill it with just enough money. We have $89 left over. Can't really buy anything with that. But everything is nice and healthy and going really smoothly right now. So we'll just go ahead and keep monitoring these tanks until it's time to open again, and then yeah, see how much money we make. Now, like I said, the goal is 10,000, which is a lot to make in this game. So we are going to have to really make sure that all of our fish are nice and happy and healthy, and just stay on top of things. Probably keep upgrading our shelves and just making sure there's tons of things for customers to buy here. So I'm probably gonna make a tank dedicated to these guys here, the Xander, and I feel like that should bring us in quite a bit of money. Now, if I do the Xander, I'd probably do the Roach with it. By using the Xander, I should make a decent amount of money. Now, one thing to keep note of is they actually are predators, so they will eat other fish. So we'll keep that in mind and maybe play with that a little bit just to kind of see what that entails. But yeah, for now, we're gonna wait till the store opens and see how much money we make, and then we'll start making the tank for this fish once that time comes. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the place and make sure it's ready for the customers, and I'll see you guys when they get here.
2 hours later.
All right, and now it's time to open again. Let's see how much money we make this time. All right, $1,300. So now we have $2,200 to make our Xander tank. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that we got it all filled up and stuff, we're gonna have to figure out our backgrounds and everything. And we specifically want the Xander, so we really do just want to focus on what the Xander likes. So it needs 8 to 11 plants, 5 to 8 decorations. It is a predator, so like I said, we might find some type of fish for it to eat. And I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I wouldn't mind watching a fish eat another fish. That might be kind of interesting to see. So knowing what it needs, we're gonna go ahead and buy those things, get the background set up, and do a dedicated tank to the Xander. Now, IRL, I love to catch walleye and I love to eat them, so it's definitely one of my favorite types of fish. So it's pretty much the entire reason why I want to dedicate a tank just to them. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna make us some good money as well. But before we keep working on that tank, we need to remember that we have to stock our shelves. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and get one more shelf, stock it up, and we'll just work with that for now. All right. And looks like we fixed everything. So now we can finally buy the Xander. I'm actually so excited for this. So we'll go ahead and start out with 2 of them. Put them in like that. Nice. We can inspect them, see where they're at here. So yeah, they are predators, like I said. They would like more fish in here though. We just put enough plants for them, so they're at least happy. The temperature is at the highest that they can go, and the pH is pretty good for them as well. But I am going to buy a couple more Xanders. These ones will be a little bit bigger. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of these roaches. So we'll get them small and we'll buy about 4 of them. Now, they do agree with the same temperatures and plant amounts and such, so they should get along quite fairly. Now, question is, one of those Xanders going to try to eat one of those fish? That is the true question. I mean, it does kind of look like they're following them around a little bit, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So we just go ahead and inspect everything here, and it looks like everybody's happy. Nice. So we actually did pretty good here. We will go ahead and just do a quick feeding. Give them a little bit of food here to welcome them into their new home, and then we'll pick up the tank and go and put it in our special room. Nice. The exotic tank, the Xander tank. Got to love it. And you gotta admit that that skull really adds the character to the tank. With the money that we have left over, I think we're just gonna go ahead and buy shelves. But I noticed over here that this shelf is a little bit taller. Ah, yes, and it's also worth more. Oh, wait, I can put my tools here. Oh, man, glorious. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, I was actually getting so tired of this stuff being cluttered everywhere. Oh, look at that. That is starting to look so nice. So now we have a storage for our own stuff. Maybe I should really learn how to read. But I think we're still going to make some decent money, and we just want to restock everything, make sure that we have enough product for when, you know, the storm comes again. It is pretty weird, though, that, like, we get, like, 30 plus people in our dad's basement. It is a weird place to have an aquarium store. But, like I said in the last episode, pretty sure it's just a plot for our weird dad to get people in his basement. But with all the money I'm making, I'm here for it. So I really want to go ahead and just check on these guys again. So yeah, it looks like everything is going well. Wow, the Xanders do sell for quite a lot. That is going to be nice when we get more of them. I'm not sure if they're eating the roach, but I mean, I feel like the roach is a good equalizer into their tank anyway. I mean, it makes sense. So yeah, this tank is flourishing just like I had hoped it would. All right. So we just need the store to open again. All right, so we're gonna go and check the other tanks here. Oh wow, yeah, definitely. Whoa, people bought the angelfish. Huh, okay. Definitely gonna need to get more of those. But for now, let's sell these Oscars. Okay, sell one Gourami. I think some of the plants got bought. Okay, so yeah, we don't want this tank to be enabled for shop anymore. We're gonna have to fix it up a bit. I really wasn't aware that when we had the tank open, customers were also going to buy the plants and stuff out of them. I guess I should have taken that into consideration. But yeah, we'll just buy a couple more plants, and that should solve our problem, because we were making quite a good amount of money from this tank with all the fish being happy. Need to get like 1 or 2 more plants. That one won't do. Oh, this one's new. We could definitely do that. So he accidentally messed up the temperature, so we're just waiting for that to go up. But the plants and everything are back in order. Wow, okay, so I guess we do need a couple more decorations and some more of the angelfish. Buy 3 more angelfish. Put the castle back, the fish in, check their stats, need more decorations, and then we can open up the store again. Well, we can't really afford much decorations anyway, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and open. Definitely making some good money now. Look at that, $1,700. We'll restock all of our shelves, buy a new shelf, restock it, buy another new shelf, restock it, get our last few decorations for our tank here, inspect it, and look at that, everything's all well. So, what's going on with these guys? Ah, they're hungry. We can solve that. But let's go check up on these guys here. It looks like everyone's just pretty hungry, so we'll go ahead and just feed them up here. Okay, everyone's happy again. We turned off the tanks, so they are not enabled in the shop. Because, yeah, that was just super annoying. We should be on a fast track to getting our 10K. In the meantime, while we're waiting for the store to open, we'll sell a couple fish. We'll make sure everything's nice and tidied up for the customers. Okay, so we had another run with customers coming in, but this time we only made like $700. So that's not ideal. I don't know if it was just like a low traffic day or something, but yeah, it was a little strange. But our fish tanks are still doing pretty well. I mean, they're definitely gaining revenue like crazy. Our new Xander tank is doing fantastically. Okay, so we've been kind of playing around here. We got the majority of our shelves set up. We still need to get that one last table and maybe get another tank, but it looks like we got a message here, so we can read this. Okay, so what this is saying is that a group of marine researchers found a fish that's on the brink of extinction, and we are supposed to single-handedly bring the populations back in the world. So we have to have these requirements here to make sure that we can breed the fish and sell the fish and do whatever. It says that we need to get a hammer to break open this box. So then you'd go to utilities, you go to here, and then you got the hammer. Only $9, that's nice. Buy the hammer, pick up the hammer, smash the box. Aha! And there they are, 3 little fish. Whoa, these guys are interesting. They look sort of crazy. Okay, so we have to make sure that their temperatures and everything are well. And they are a saltwater fish. So that means that we're going to have to start a whole new tank. Go here, buy a big tank. There it is. And you know what's going to happen here. Fill it up with soil, decorate it, get these fish in there, and see what happens. So as I was messing with that new tank, I realized that there's a thing here that says gift from a friend. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? Okay, so we got like some dinosaur themed stuff. And then we also have these new jobs for a client that we can take. Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of cool. So we could definitely do that. But first things first, we got to make sure that we prioritize those. Buy this table here. Get a background for this tank real quick. These guys are kind of elusive, so I think I'll do this. And 2 of these. And we'll set them up like that. Then we got to get our filters and everything. We managed to open up the store again and made about $1,800. That was nice. And we got to remember that these fish need a specific temperature. It said right in between 69 and 78. So you know we have to go with the perfect number. We need to make it salt water, so we got the salt here. And then they need a pH of 6.6 to 8.1. So it actually looks like the standard tank pH is just perfect. So I think we can go ahead and put these guys in here, and then that'll determine what they need, like plants wise, decoration wise. Okay, so we need a few plants, a few decorations. Everything else though is looking great for these guys here. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the store, get a few things for them. The temperature's at 69, so we can add all sorts of good stuff. And then we'll go into the decorations and get them a few things for that. put all the stuff in the tank. Turns out we need a lot of decorations. All right, and then we decorated everything just enough to make them happy, so they should be doing pretty good. Now, it's probably a good idea if we check on all the other fish and maybe get everything fed, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I mean, we should be getting close to our $10,000 goal. Now, if I would have realized that there's missions in here sooner, I probably would have gotten there a little quicker, but again, we're learning from our mistakes. But now that we got this tank done, you know, we can go ahead and move it over here. Perfect. Now this tank is worth a lot already. They did have another fish, so that's cool. But yeah, the goal is to sell these fish, at least 10 of them. And then I think we get some kind of bonus or something. And then I'm pretty sure once we get close enough to the amount, we can just go ahead and sell everything outright, and hopefully we'll progress to the next stage in the game. Now, since I still have a little bit of money left over, I'm gonna buy another shelf, put some more product on it, restock all my other shelves, and then we got a full store. I still think it's quite weird that we have this store inside of our dad's basement. Okay, I just want to check, like, if we sell one from here, does that count towards our goal? It does. Cool. And the store's ready to open. All right, we made 1,600 from that shopping spree. As long as these guys are still happy, then we're good there. But we almost messed up by keeping them enabled for the shop. So yeah, we can just keep letting these guys grow, and then we can sell 10 of them and hopefully make a little bonus. A lot of these tanks are actually coming together quite well, so we should have our goal met pretty soon. But I'm gonna buy the last shelf, fill it up, restock all the shelves again, and I think this time we'll just let the shelves sell out, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last run we need to make it to that $10,000 goal like we had planned. I do want to complete this and sell all these guys, but we should be there in no time. I still think it's funny that selling 10 of these fish is going to save the entire population. We're doing things for the world.
Oh my god!
I'm a good person.
I managed to make enough money, as you can see, $1,400, to move on to the aquarium exhibition. So we went ahead and just sold everything, cleared it out, and yeah. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just walk to this door and end the video here.
I'm free!
So with that being said, thank you to everybody that's been sticking around watching the channel. Thank you to all my subscribers. Again, huge shout out to my supporters, family, and friends. If you like the content, remember to leave a like and subscribe. And remember, I do stream on Twitch Wednesdays, 7 p.m. EST. And Saturdays, 10:30 p.m. EST. Also, if you like the background music in these videos, please consider checking out my buddy ESB, who makes all these sweet beats. That's if you make music yourself, or you're just looking for background music for your videos. I'll leave the link below to his SoundCloud and also his email so you can contact him to possibly score yourself one of these amazing beats. And remember, nothing is real